Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your September 2025 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with an oracle card to get a sense of where you're moving into. Oh, and you're moving into that shadow work, the darker side of life, right? You're working on some of those things. This would be the moon card in traditional tarot. And the moon does bring out some emotions, and these are usually the shadow side of what we've been trying to manage and to actually master in life. And so I like that it showed up because, interestingly enough, your ruler, Saturn, is retrograding back into Pisces and staying there until February 13th before moving on for good. For a while. Certainly it won't be back in the skies in that position for 27, 28 years, something like that. So it's pretty profound. It's a major ending, major closure, a major culmination. And when we talk about shadow and we talk about the moon, we think about these culminations. And in concert to this work of Saturn retrograde in Pisces, the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces will be there as well. So that'll even emphasize and accentuate that powerful aspect. And so you're going to be meant, to master some of these shadows. You're going to have to do the work to let go of some of these lower vibrations, this unfinished business, this karmic debt, so that you can move on in a higher plane. All right, so let's go ahead and get some additional cards here so we can get another sense of other messages and comments. Okay, we have the Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. The Chariot, King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands. Well, let me tell you something. You got a lot of power in this reading already. And, and I want to point out again, wherever your ruler is, you're getting a little extra dose of that energy as well, too. So, of course, Saturn is here for us all. Pisces is hosting it, so it's getting the full Monty of that incredible power. But you always get a little extra too because that's your ruler. So, but let's talk about this other. We got the High Priestess, which is a high position, a high position spiritually speaking, right? We have a Queen over here, Cups. We have, the Pentacles. We have the King of Cups over here, and we have the Emperor. These are all high positions, positions of power and influence, positions of experience and knowledge and wisdom, and this is quite a group for you, and I'm glad it's here for you. And I also like that there's cups out here for you. You got the Nine of Cups along with the Page of Cups. So some of the shadow work that you're going to be doing is going to be in your local community, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your siblings. That's where this Saturn and this full moon lunar eclipse is hitting. It's the house of communications, but a local area. It's not just about your connections, but how you connect to them. And I think that that's the work that you're looking on improving. So if there's been some distance or a rift, or you're not, really feeling the connection the way you'd like to at that level, this is the time to work on it. This is the time to hone your communication skills. This is the time to refine how you connect with people. This is the time also for short travel. The Chariot is a vehicle. Sometimes our vehicles, the planes, trains, automobiles for short distance travels or for short periods of time, not long distance, are also here. So, some of you are going to be doing some traveling and connecting with people that you haven't seen for a while. That's, coming to terms with those connections and really releasing some of that karmic debt that we talked about. Now, the high priestess over here is your intuition, and you don't always listen to it, Capricorn. We're all guilty of that, but you're so down to earth, and that's your nature. That's what we look for guidance, right? People who have a strong work ethic and who are down to earth and practical and logical and things like that. That's kind of where you lean. And the universe is asking you to lean into a little bit more of the spiritual side of yourself, to bring a little bit more balance there. Because when we start to believe in the things that we don't see and we can't hear, that's the process of trying to bring them into our lives, trying to manifest them. And it looks like the Queen of Pentacles over here is, ready to come in. The spiritual intuition card tells you that there is someone entering, or you have this opportunity to be the Queen of Pentacles in your story here, Capricorn, because of course you represent Pentacles as an earth sign, and you deserve a beautiful home of comfort and luxury and peace. It's not the pre-empress card, but it has that vibe. And so if you listen to your intuition, you can find this place that resides within you, and it will reside in your home. She's known as the Queen of Hearth and Home. She provides and she nurtures. And this is what you get great satisfaction from, Capricorn. This is like your hallmark. You take a lot of pride in, how you raise your family and how you provide for them. And, just being that maternal guidance, it's very important to you. So listen to your intuition, and you will see that this gets elevated, that you are gaining some more benefits of that, a more financial, comfortable position that you're in, a more beautiful, more peaceful one. Now, the Nine of Cups is this wish being fulfilled, and I do like that the King of Cups is right below the Nine of Cups, because the King of Cups is known as the King of Calm. That's a superpower, by the way, and he really knows how to be measured with his approach. He's logical but empathetic. And see what I told you about the High Priestess earlier. Kind of lean into your spiritual side a little bit more, and you're always going to be grounded, but we don't always have to stay the course. We can open up our minds and look at some of the more mystical and magical things around our world, which there certainly are, and in a spiritual realm or just a mystical, whatever is comfortable for you. And that's what the kind of King of Cups enters in and says too. A measured approach, meaning he is logical, but he also has an emotional side. But he is highly emotionally intelligent, which says he doesn't let his emotions get out of control. So you can hone and refine this, and become that reflection of having a really good handle on your emotions and the practical side of things. Now, the Emperor over here is like the boss. This is Big Boss. This is Mars area. This is I'm in charge, authoritative energy. And this too is a position that you like. You might have been the head of the home for a while. And even if you weren't, you probably, not maybe out and open with it, but, people gravitated towards you because they understood that you were the person in charge of things, the authority of things, of the home. And so this is all good. This is all things that you embody, but the balance of it is what's lacking. Now, this Ace of Wands over here is that magical, mystical side that the High Priestess can help you pull out. And it is a creative energy, super creative. And I love that. I love that for you, because when we talk about not always being focused on one thing, one practical thing, got to get up and go to the job, got to make sure that I pick up the kids, you get into that routine and that loop. Sometimes you don't take enough time for that creative space, and it tells me that you are. And when you are taking time for this creative space, that's when all the wonder happens. That's when all the magic happens. That's when wishes become fulfilled. So you have some shadow work to do. Saturn is asking you to definitely refine your communications, and that's a big part of something that you need to refine, Capricorn, personally. And this, you'll find different ways of connecting with people when you change your message. It's just that simple. Hope it resonated. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.